Back to guns and silver and knives and collectibles. This is a long form video I've got showcasing the Lockback knives that I've picked up and I'm collecting, the majority of which are buck, of course. Buck's got the Lockback style knife down, in my opinion. For my collection, I have a Buck 110 Slim Select, which is a superb knife, but I don't use it for EDC. It's a little big for me to be carrying around. I don't like pocket clips, but to keep it genuine looking, I keep the pocket clip on this particular model. One of the Buck's slip joint, Lockback knives I use for EDC is the 112 Slim Select that I've removed the pocket clip from. I like the blade. It's easy to keep sharp and use daily for just about any purpose. And it goes in the leather pocket pouches I keep. Another one I use for EDC is the Spitfire 722 Lockback. I removed the pocket clip, of course. This is a good knife. This is a good big size knife, and it's not a discount knife by any means. And the Buck 726 Spitfire is really practical. Nice knife. Again, I take the pocket clips off because I use them in the leather pouches. These two are the budget Buck, the 110 and the 112 Ranger Slim Select and Hunter Slim Select you can come across some really good deals on both the Buck website every now and then and Amazon, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They reduce the price on them quite often, but they're an excellent EDC and very practical knife. The Spitfire 722 it's about $50 these days, $49.99. Sometimes you get them a few bucks off on the Amazon website, but not usually. They hold their price pretty well, even on Smoky Mountain Knife Works. The aluminum frame, pivot mechanism, everything is really cool on that knife. And the thumb slot, while it's awkward, especially on the 726 being small to access, it can be a bit of a wrestling match to get that to open when they're brand new. But they're also about $45 new. They're not cheap, but they're also not really a bargain basement knife either. The blades are just fantastic. The out of the box knife sharpness, the practicality of that hollow grind, everything about it is cool. Okay, so for the small EDC Lockbacks that I have, this is pretty good representation of the Buck models that I have going on for that style. Take care, God bless, and I'll show you more coming up. Continuing on with the Buck knives in the fixed blade category, especially in my collection, I've got a number of different large Bucks, 110s, 112s, and the 500 series in different models, drop point and nickel silver, different variations. But here I'm showing the most common models in the Buck line for the larger Lockback knives, larger folding hunter style Buck knives. I've got the 110 clip point brass bolsters, 112 clip point brass, and a classic 500 Duke with the nickel silver. The knives all have the heavy frame so you can A lot of people pride themselves on the one-hand flick opening. I don't do this because I think it's kind of dangerous, because you can easily cut yourself if you don't catch that. It's a basically two-hand opening knife, all from the 500 Duke on up. But they're fantastic Lockback hunting knives, basically, predominantly working hunting knives. I'm using mine for collectibles these days because I no longer do much work, no hunting, some camping stuff, but I've got other knives for that. These I'm just gonna keep around polished and keep shiny and sharp. The Buck 112 Ranger is the most practical, and I actually bought one of these to replace a J. Henkel's folding Lockback that I have. I'll show you that later in my video, that I collect those knives also. And the 110 Hunter, classic 428C steel blade, sweetly sharp, a collectible for me, brand new. I'm looking for the earlier models also on eBay to buy the collection from the beginning. See if I can get one closer to 1964. But so far, that's my buck knife, examples of my buck knife folding Lockbacks. I've got more, but this is more representative of what the classic series is like. I'll show you more in the Lockback Hunter version coming up. I've added another group to look at the Folding Hunter series knives, the Buck 112. This is a drop point, and I bought I bought my 110 clip point kind of as a replacement for this knife, which was a copy of this model HK0135 J. Henkel's Folding Hunter from the early 2000s. This one was a green pick bone originally that I used for work and beat it up really bad, and I had the bike. I sent the knife out to be restored and refurbished by Kyle Noseworthy, KN Knives. He sent this back, an absolute work of art. So I've got that to compare with. I've got the Buck 112 Folding Hunter and the two versions of the J. Henkel's Folding Hunter. My passion for the Bucks, the quality and styling of the Buck Ranger, this is in drop point, it's the best. This is in 428C steel, excellent condition. I have not used it. It's for my collection, but it easily could go into someone's working day ranch and hunting rotation. These are fabulous knives. The J. Henkel's Folding Lockback Hunter, I guess it's big in Europe or whatever, but I used the one I had and beat to death for work in my welding shop, cutting all kinds of things from rod boxes to wire to metal banding, just everything you can imagine. Then it got dropped off ladders and broke the bone handle, and it wasn't a collectible at that time for me. It was a working knife. So I've been picking up these in new old stock condition since about in the last 7 years or so, kind of do homage to my early 2000 green pick bone J. Henkel's knife. And I love these. These are great. They no longer are in business making folding hunter knives with J. Henkel's. Pretty much Boker and a couple other plants, other knife factories in Zollingen, Germany make the custom custom folding Lockback knives. My most prized possession is this restored and remodeled J. Henkel's HK0135 folding lockback, which is completely different knife now. Absolutely lovely. It could be a great everyday carry, but I'm pretty much putting it in the collection box. If you go online, check out the J. Henkel's folding lockbacks if you can. And the Boker. The Boker's pretty cool, but they're getting a little pricey. What's cool about the Buck is they keep a fairly reasonable price for an absolutely outstanding knife. I think this particular model's a little less than $70 now from the Buck website. You can probably get it cheaper from Amazon or Smoky Mountain Knife Works, different online outlets. You can't hardly find the J. Henkel's knives anywhere, and if you do, they run anywhere from $120 to $150. And that's a good deal on these particular knives. This particular restoration here, I don't want to tell you what it costs, but that's my business, but it's more than a stock knife. So make your knife hunt begin for the folding lockbacks, the Hunter versions. I'll get back with you with a few more versions of the folding lockback Hunter series knives. All right, I guess I should dedicate a minute or so to the Fury folding lockback Hunter knife that I ended up getting with a vintage trailer I bought 2017. This is from the 1970s, the Spanish Fury Knife Company, made in China, I think. Brass bolsters. It has some pretty neat machining technique to it, real funky, gaudy look to it. It's a big knife, probably a 5-inch, nearly 5-inch blade, but it's got grind marks all over it from being rough handled and treated for sharpening and whatever. It's got the ability to do the funky one-hand opening, which I don't recommend to anybody because you'll cut your hand or throw your knife off the boat one day. The knife itself has been really well used over the years. It has a lot of blade wobble and loose pivot point action. It still has a good lockback. Good lockback, just a little bit loosened up at the bolsters. Frame's been torqued. The wood on the handles is great shape. I don't know what kind of wood that is, but it's pretty hard, pretty rustic. It has, I don't know if that's some kind of bird feather design on the bolsters. The previous owner took the grinding wheel to keep a sharp edge on it, and he worked the uppercut version of the clip point, so I dulled that down so you don't slice your thumb when you handle the knife. But it comes in handy in camping and kitchen use if I take it out on the trail. Pretty much I got it in the box. I'm considering putting this into a free knife rotation at some point. Find somebody who wants themselves a Fury model 10529 down the road. But for now, I'll just keep it as a representative of folding lockback hunting knives. Real sword. I compared it against the Model 110 Buck, the Hunter clip point, I think in this video also, but it's different. Well, that's that. The Fury Lockback Hunter version, part of my collection. Besides my modern pocket carry lockbacks, the Buck Spitfire series, and the Slim Select, the 112 Slim Select in particular for my daily carry with my leather pouches, I have several medium lockback hunters, folding lockback hunters that I've picked up over the years, although these two have come in fairly recently. I've had this, I bought this Buck 501 Squire in 2023, near the end of 2023. It's a beautiful knife. I'll go into that in a second. But the case 21051 folding lockback from late 70s, early 80s model. I picked this up off eBay for around, it was listed 48. I got it for 40 plus tax and shipping. The Rough Rider, of course, is a discount bargain knife, but a nice knife. Besides all the fact that you'd call it cheap, it's not cheap. It's well built, a little gaudy, but functional. Have modified clip point blade. It went for I think I bought it $14.99 plus tax and shipping from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. The Buck, I think I got this back in 2020. I think I got this for $74.99. It's more expensive than either the Buck 110 Hunter or the Buck Ranger 112, both in both clip point models, and I've got both the the drop point models of the Buck Hunters and Buck Ranger for less than I paid for this knife. And right now I think this one is list price on both Smoky Mountain Knife Works and the Buck website. The Buck 501 Squire is going for around $79.99. So they hold their value and they cost a pretty penny, and they're worth it. I'll go over that here in a second. First off, the review of the Rough Rider lockback blue micarta. It's faded blue denim micarta scales or covers, an orange plastic highlight coming off the brass bolsters, copper or brass bolsters, liners. I don't know if this is nickel silver or chrome steel, the bolsters, but it's durable, sturdy blade, fine lockback, good snap. The blade, it wobbles quite a bit. It doesn't go down Broadway very well unless you push it. You can push it all the way to the side, push it to the other side. It wobbles in there. But that's fine, because when it opens, it doesn't move at all. It's in great shape. Good sounding snap, folds up nice, folds in. It's a sweet knife for the price. The vintage case lockback, I just sharpened the blade and it's sweet. I'm not really sure if that's 440 or 420 HC steel. They use stainless on the case. It also wobbles back and forth in the rails, but when it folds out, it locks in firm, no movement. It's a great knife. Like I said, I paid 40 plus tax and shipping off eBay, and they can get up. These can get kind of pricey. The only tiny flaw this one has is it's it doesn't come to a sharp tip. It's blunted just a tiny bit. And I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to grind the drop point edge at all. It's a great collectible, and this would make a great pocket carry knife. Very smooth scales, and it slides in the pocket real easy. Finally, there's the Buck 501 Squire, which is most expensive. Now it has a little wobble, but it always tends to line up back right down center, which is a cool feature of the Buck and worth every bit of, well, right now they're near $80, so they should have some quality to them. The nickel silver bolsters are one piece, of course, the design machined, both sides and then pinned together. The rosewood scales, handle scales, are pinned in, smooth. There's no rough fit to it. It's a work of art, and it's got that beautiful drop point and a sharp tooth to it. And I gotta tell you, this is sharp. One of the sharpest knives out of the box from Buck I have ever had. I think I got a used 503 Prince that had never been used very much. Had a little scuffing to it, but I got that off eBay, and it was also really sharp, and with a couple strops, it was shaving sharp. So Buck knives, Buck blades, even with the 428C, they're a true collectible. They're sweethearts. This size folding knife, folding lockback, is a pleasure to own. I like them. You could carry them, but I'm not the Buck. Buck's a collectible. So that's what I've finished up my Lockback series, long form video with this particular display of medium-sized lockbacks. Hope you enjoyed the entire video. All I can say is have an absolutely wonderful summer that's coming up. I love all you knife nuts. God bless all of you. Take care.